Thank you to the Sun Devil College Republicans for having me here today to speak and help start off my campaign season the right way. When I got to Arizona State in 1982, things were different. By no means did I ever think I would be standing up in front of you at the same institution that I graduated from, not only as a graduate, but as the governor of the great state that I've fallen in love with. Now, if I told you being a Sun Devil was easy, I would be lying. Balancing life between a class, a girlfriend whom I met here, and of course going to games just to watch our Sun Devils crush those cats from down south. Just like you, I struggled through college as a finance student and made my way to graduation. As a CEO, straight out of college, it was a great introduction to what business is, and now it was time to put what I had learned to use. Everything surely would go my way and I would have a fair chance at the American dream, and the government would support me in doing this. Now you all may be very confused as to why the governor is criticizing the very institution that employs me. I do this for many reasons, but first I must explain why I got into government in the first place. I had seen the action and lack of action the government takes to help and hinder the companies that operate under it and the citizens it affects. I had seen the hurt people who were not getting the support they needed in many cases. This was my way to help, and to help to so many people in the changing institution. This is why I ran my campaign in 2010 to be the head banker and finance officer of Arizona, and that is state treasurer. I won this election by a small margin, and I was happy to serve in this place I now call my beautiful home. Over the next 4 years, I was entrusted with the citizens of Arizona to oversee the finances of Arizona and its over 12 million in assets. I had to do more and could do more to serve this community, and it was at this point that I made the decision to run for governor of Arizona. Now this was no small task. Only 22 other Arizonans had held this title before, and I knew it was going to take some hard work and planning to create a great campaign and join this elite club. As we explore, I was surprised to get so much support, including influential people such as Ted Cruz and other greats such as Governor Jan Brewer, Senators John McCain, Jeff Flake, and John Kyle. This is just some of the support that I got during my election in 2014 and one of the reasons I got elected. This is the reason I stand in front of you today as the 23rd governor of Arizona, and I am proud to be the leader of this great state I call my home. And now over the last 4 years I have accomplished a lot, but here are a few things I want you to take away from me being here today. Last year, Arizona reached a major milestone. We fully recovered all of the jobs lost during the Great Recession. So far, we have added 240,000 jobs, and since 2015, more than 300 companies have chosen to relocate to Arizona. These are the jobs that are keeping Arizona thriving and what is powering our economy. Over the last 3 years, our unemployment rate has dropped 4.5%, the lowest in a decade. Wage growth is the third fastest in the country, up 7%. And our state's credit rating is improved. All of this is evidence that Arizona is open for business and the government is getting out of the way of the private sector. Keeping our economy strong and thriving is one of our goals for this new term. We must protect the great state of Arizona. We have a flood of migrants and we must keep our economy secure. The border strike force has made 3,199 arrests and seized over $10 million in cash and tens of thousands of pounds of meth, marijuana, and heroin. The Border Strike Force is on the front lines not only for Arizona, but is paving the way for a national border agenda. We are the innovators of border security, and we must continue to do this, and my promise is to do this throughout my next term. We have helped the survivors of sexual assault by reducing the state's backlog of untested rape kits with a plan now in place to eliminate the backlog completely. 8 rapists have already been caught and are now facing criminal charges as a result of these kits being tested. I have made a goal to myself as well as the state of Arizona to create this backlog drop to zero. This will create a zero-tolerance policy here in Arizona and will provide swift justice to those who decide it is acceptable to abuse the basic human rights of our citizens. This is a future I envision for Arizona. I know it will be a long road, but the perfect Arizona, but this is how I see it. The citizens of Arizona are the most supportive of this agenda they've ever been, and now it is time to act. I ask for your vote for another term of the leader of this great state. As governor of Arizona, we will work together to support our economy, keep our borders secure, and keep Arizona safe. I hope you will join me in the next step of helping Arizona. Thank you to ASU for allowing me to speak, to the college Republicans for having me, and of course, thank you Devils for listening. Go Devils.